Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into how you can survive the AI automation cliff. Look, the tech landscape is shifting at a completely unprecedented rate right now. It's literally rewiring how work gets done and how value is created. So let's just jump right into the exact roadmap you need to navigate this massive transition by 2026. To really understand the sheer scale of what we're dealing with here, we need to look at the big picture. According to a landmark study by Goldman Sachs, a staggering 300 million jobs globally are exposed to AI automation. Take a second and just let that number sink in. 300 million. But it gets even more intense. Top AI forecasters like Ryan Greenblatt over at Redwood Research have recently doubled their probability estimates. They're now predicting a mere 30% chance that AI will fully automate its own research and development by the end of 2028. Guys, that is just a couple of years away. Think about it. If artificial intelligence can automate the wildly complex work of creating artificial intelligence, it can absolutely automate standard day-to-day workflows. We're moving from a world where progress was just, fast, to a regime where the time it takes for AI capabilities to double is shrinking down to mere months.
Because of this, there is a stark contrast happening right now between vanishing traditional tech jobs and the booming demand for what we call AI premium roles. We're basically seeing a rapid hollowing out of entry-level positions. Startups that used to hire, say, 3 junior developers, they're now hiring just 1 senior developer who's heavily equipped with AI tools. Manual QA testing jobs are practically vanishing because AI can simulate user behavior and log bugs with literally perfect context. But on the flip side of that, we're seeing a massive surge in demand for cloud AI engineers, AI architects, and this completely new category of creators called vibe coders. The roles aren't just shifting. The fundamental requirements to actually fill them are transforming completely. And this massive shift explains exactly why companies are freezing those junior hires. Entire workflows are being automated at just an incredible rate. Forrester predicts that 70% of DevOps tasks will be automated by 2026. AI is literally out here writing pipeline code, suggesting rollback strategies, and automatically fixing deployment issues. Meanwhile, Gartner estimates that 75% of data stories and reporting will be generated by AI, which completely bypasses the need for junior data analysts. And when it comes to IT support, companies that are integrating AI agents have already seen a 60 to 70% drop in level 1 ticket volumes, simply because the AI just solves the issues without any human intervention. The clear takeaway here is pretty blunt. If your job relies on repetitive, rule-based digital tasks, that workflow is actively being replaced as we speak.
But hey, here is the incredibly good news. The most powerful programming language in the world right now, it's English. This has unlocked this highly lucrative skill called vibe coding. It's actually a term coined by Andrew Ng, one of the co-founders of OpenAI. Vibe coding allows completely non-technical people to build functional software, web apps, you name it, simply by describing what they want in plain English to AI tools like Cursor, Replit, or Lovable. You seriously no longer need to spend years memorizing syntax. If you have clear logic, a deep understanding of the problem you're trying to solve, and the ability to craft really precise prompts, you get to act as the architect. The AI, well, it acts as your dedicated, tireless coding team. So the crucial point I really want you to take away is that you absolutely do not need a math PhD to build significant career leverage by 2026. You just need to master applied AI skills. Businesses right now are bleeding money on inefficient workflows, and they will gladly pay a massive premium to anyone who can come in and fix them. Take prompt engineering, for example. Just crafting the perfect instructions for an AI can command anywhere from $50 to $100 an hour. Or building automated AI sales workflows that independently qualify leads and book meetings 24/7, that is a total game changer for a company's revenue. And if you learn no-code AI automation using tools like Zapier or Make.com, basically mapping out a business's bottlenecks and deploying AI to solve them, your earning potential jumps to $300 or even $400 an hour. You're getting paid for the massive business output you generate, not the hours you sit at a desk.
Now, this automation wave extends really heavily into marketing too, specifically with the rise of AEO, or Answer Engine Optimization. This is super critical because AI overviews and tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity are causing traditional organic search clicks on Google to just plummet by over 37%. People don't want to click through 10 blue links anymore, right? They just want the answer. AEO is the art of ensuring that when an AI model scans the web to recommend the best software, or the best camera, or the best service, it recommends your brand. So SEO isn't dead, but it has completely evolved. The experts who figure out how to rank inside these new answer engines are already commanding a 25 to 40% salary premium over traditional marketers. Let's talk numbers, because the financial upside to mastering these skills is just substantial. Right now, the median salary for an AI engineer in the US sits at a very comfortable $180,000 a year. And this isn't just an American phenomenon either. Data shows that in India, developers who know how to code using AI tools are earning a 56% premium over traditional developers who don't. Why? Because the demand is sky high and the supply of competent AI professionals is incredibly low. I mean, some metrics show there's only one qualified person for every 2 open AI jobs. So the financial leverage is entirely in your hands if you decide to acquire these skills today. The real beauty of this field is that there's no single right way to enter it. You can strategically choose your path. If you love deep mathematics, performance algorithms, and you want to work at big tech creating these models from scratch, you can become a builder. If you prefer taking those existing, powerful models and deploying them into real-world business applications using cloud infrastructure, then you're an integrator, and consulting firms are highly seeking those out right now. Or if you want to work at agile startups, you can be the all-rounder, the ultimate technical handyman who knows a little bit of statistical machine learning, a little bit of deep learning, and a whole lot of generative AI to just get the problem solved fast. So if you want to become an AI engineer, following a focused, step-by-step roadmap actually proves that it takes less than a year of effort. Phase 1 is all about mastering the fundamentals: production-ready Python, APIs, and Git. That's about 1.5 to 3 months. Phase 2 moves into large language model integration, where you master complex prompt engineering and handling API requests to OpenAI or Anthropic. Phase 3 is where you really hit the cutting edge, learning how to build real production systems with tools like LangChain and agentic workflows. And finally, Phase 4 is turning all those skills into a tangible portfolio. You really don't need a 4-year degree to do this. You just need 6 to 8 months of consistent, disciplined learning, spending maybe 30 minutes to a few hours a day.
Now, during that critical phase 3 of your learning, you're gonna encounter a lot of jargon. The most important one being RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. Let's just demystify that right now. RAG is essentially a fancy way of saying you're giving the AI an open book test. Instead of relying purely on what the AI learned during its initial training, you connect it securely to a company's private databases, their internal documents, their specific knowledge bases. This allows the AI to retrieve the exact correct information before it generates an answer, which vastly reduces the chance of it hallucinating or just making things up. Understanding and deploying RAG is arguably the single most employable technical skill in the corporate AI space today.
Look, it is super easy to feel overwhelmed by this massive, super exponential shift, so you really have to protect your focus. Just follow these concrete steps. First, pick just one skill from everything we've discussed today. Whether it's vibe coding, AI sales automation, or SEO, do not try to learn them all at once. Second, dedicate just 30 minutes a day to practicing it. Third, start entirely with free resources like YouTube tutorials before you ever pay a dime for a bootcamp. And fourth, build a public portfolio. Write blogs, post your code on GitHub, share your wins and even your losses on LinkedIn. In this new era, your public portfolio and your ability to demonstrate real-world problem solving, that is your new resume.
I absolutely love this point from the brilliant investor and philosopher Naval Ravikant. He says, "We don't get paid for hours anymore, we get paid for outputs. The future belongs entirely to those who use AI to multiply their output tenfold." If you can build an AI agent that literally does the work of 3 junior developers, or an automation workflow that replaces a whole manual data entry team, you capture a massive share of that newly created value. You have to remember the golden rule of this transition. AI won't replace you, but a person using AI absolutely will. The technology is just the lever. Your creativity and your willingness to adapt, that's the fulcrum. Which leaves us with this final, really critical thought to chew on as the tech landscape radically shifts beneath our feet. Which side of the automation wave will you choose to ride? The tools to build unprecedented wealth and career security are completely free, and they're sitting right on your desktop. You have the roadmap, you know the exact skills that are in demand, and you know the timeline. The only variable left in this equation is your action. Are you going to be the one who gets automated out of a job by 2026, or are you going to be the architect who directs the automation? The choice is entirely yours. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to go out and start building today.